without an FVG, there is no POI.
Yeah.
So maybe FVG is your first pointer to where that is.
So do you see this? Do you see what I've marked out in blue over here?
Yeah. Where there's a big impulse move up, there's often
it's not
gap.
It's not an impulse. Yeah, it's not. You don't, because I was talking to someone yesterday. He was talking to me about impulsive moves. You don't. And the problem with an impulsive move is that you cannot define it. Like, how do you define impulsive move?
Well, typically a succession of big candles.
But
which move out of an area and make a substantial move in one direction or t'other.
But then who decides what a big move is? A substantial move in one direction.
Well, but comparing with the typical candle sizes you've seen in the preceding time period, they're typically 5 to 10 pips in size, for example, and suddenly you get a 25 pip, 20 and a 20. That's visibly different.
But does that create your key level?
It's a clue that there may be a key level there, which then requires further analysis to look within it to see if you have the characteristics of that level.
So it does. Okay, no, I get what you're saying. So what you want to do?
It's a symptom, if you like.
Sorry, it's a what?
It's a symptom. A symptom suggesting that there might be a key level there. So then you can if you can easily find an FVG, then.
So the way the key levels are defined is that you need to look for a fair value gap. We're using the candle before the fair value gap to give us our key level. Those are the only two things you do. Anything, because you can't really measure impulsive moves, unfortunately. You can't look at the size of a pip, size of a candle and say, it's these many pips or these many points. You need to, you can't really do it that way. You need to follow.
No, but you need, when you're analyzing a complex chart, you need something to start with, and that's something that catches the eye and then encourages you to drill down within that and have a look at the structure to see whether there's a decent fair value gap within.
Yeah, that's fine. However, it's important when you're using fair value gaps to follow this process here. So it's that's step 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we find our fair. So if you look at, I'm trying to answer one of your previous questions as well. The reason we've had this bounce up here and here. So this was obviously March 2026. This was November 2025 level. So can you see the bounce up here? So yes.
Yeah.
So what?
This
is actually what we call double dealing range theory. So can you see that? I'm just going to break it down. Can you see this dealing range here? One of the previous ones. So this low and this high. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. So here to here. Can you see here? Yes. This is a bit of an advanced concept, but can you see here how we never really had a discount? So this is the 50. This is the 50%. So we never really had a discount.
Nope.
Until here.
Yeah, I never got above the premium. I never got below the premium zone.
Yeah, so this is what creates the POI here. That essentially drove price up. So it's quite. I think I posted about this yesterday actually.
Yeah, I'm still